proven to make $11,870 a month. This is a high win rate strategy that has been perfected over time. I'm not just going to show you step by step how to use this strategy, but I'm going to show you real results that proves that this works. I will give you guys an exact checklist for what you need to enter and exit every single trade so you take the guesswork out of trading. You don't need.
All right, guys, today we'll be checking out Jooviers Gems' latest video, my one minute scalping strategy to make $11,870 per month, back-tested results. We're gonna dive deep in this one, guys, checking out the whole the majority of the video. Now we're gonna skip a lot of it and get to the rules and then check out the trading. Now I'm gonna do something a little bit different than I haven't done in the previous videos. We're gonna go through a strategy and then I'm gonna back test this and also create this on an expert advisor to actually see if this works in the back test, and also for test this, and then create an updated video for you guys to check out to see if this even works or not. Because I see this strategy, I don't know if it's cherry picked, and that's what we're going to get to when it comes to the video. He might be cherry picking certain spots that work well for his strategy, but we're going to check that out, and then I'm going to have that EA for you guys on the next video coming up. So remember, guys, subscribe to the channel, check out the content, like the video, and
I don't think so. No, 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 no.
Subscribe now.
No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen.
let's get into it.
Crazy amounts of indicators. You don't need 10 years of experience trading. You don't need to even understand multiple time frames. As long as you follow the checklist that we're going to dive into in this video, you can start profiting from this strategy instantly. With that being said, let's go through this step-by-step guide so that you can master this strategy. So this is the checklist. It is a...
All right, guys, we have our checklist. Now I'm going to skip to the 12-minute part. It's going to save you a bunch of time. We don't need to see it, especially for this part of the video, and I don't want to drag it out too long. He goes through these rules. We're going to look at it, the back testing, get to the actual core of the content. Now, if you want to check out the entire content, guys, please check out his video. I won't have it posted, but you can check out his latest video. But we'll get to this part right here, 12 minutes, and get to the part that we need to see.
And you don't skip any of these steps. This 7-step checklist could literally change your life, make you a ridiculous amount of money with this one strategy.
Now, he explained the checklist, guys, to save you a whole bunch of time. Problem is, we don't see it live. Remember, live is a very good indication to see if some trading works or not. But just to make sure what I do, guys.
Welcome.
For people who make the stream.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for making it, guys.
With that being said, I highly suggest you guys watch this video back as many times as you need to make sure that this checklist is ingrained inside of your mind, so you don't need to see it. It's automatically in your brain. You know exactly what to look for each and every time to make sure that you're hitting every single one of these checkpoints, giving yourself the highest chance of achieving an insane amount of profitability with this strategy. Now, let's go through a couple of examples so you guys can see exactly how.
Now, remember, guys, these are examples that are going to work in his favor. Now, usually when people come up with the trading strategy, they like to show examples where it failed, or examples where, you know, this is counter to the trading strategy. But with this, he shows that we have the winners. Now, let's go through some examples and why, if he showed this live, it would have been a whole lot better for his case. But we'll go through a little bit more.
This strategy works, what you should look for, so you can fully understand this strategy and start using it as soon as possible. So the first example we have here, keep in mind, you can trade this strategy on any pair. During this guide where I'm breaking down this exact strategy for you guys, I'm trading on a NQ chart. I did an entire back test of the entire month of March to show you guys if you had taken every single trade during this month, what your win rate would have been, what's the minimum amount of money you would have made, as well as what each trade looked like. And we're gonna go through a lot of those trades today to make sure that you guys understand the strategy fully, so there's no questions, there's no complication, and you guys are fully clear on this strategy. Now, the only reason I'm doing this on an MNQ chart.
Now, the interesting thing is this: when you back test something, there's biasness in trading. So that, and when people don't understand what I mean by biasness. So for example, let's say you look at the S&P 500, looking at euro dollar, just say you already know the overall trend in a given given month. So for the month of March, you knew that it's going to be bullish, and you're like, okay, I'm going to test out this XYZ strategy for the month of March. If that's a bullish bearing or a bullish strategy, then it's going to play in your favor despite which way the market went. So for me, when people actually backtest, and I backtest quite often, even I was doing it all morning. If you backtest, understand there's biasness if you already know what the overall trend will be. And then, once again, we can't see it live, and it's not a forward test of it. That makes it problematic.
versus the regular NQ chart that I trade on is simply because my NQ chart has a bunch of drawings on it already, and I did the back testing on the MNQ chart, but these candlesticks are the same exact candlesticks that are on NQ. So you can trade this strategy on NQ, ES, Forex, stocks, crypto. I have a lot of people trading options with it. A lot of my students have been seeing a lot of success trading pairs that I don't even trade.
Now, for example, just to understand what you just said, he has a whole bunch of students using this one trading strategy. If he's making so much money from this one video and he's giving it out for free, why even become a client? You're talking about $11,000, almost $12,000 a month. Why become and do anything else? Why follow him at that point if this strategy is so golden, so perfect? Like, that type of logic and thinking should resonate with the people who are watching this video or his audience. Why watch anything else if this is the only thing you need? If it works that well.
They're seeing success in gold. I don't trade gold. They're seeing a lot of success trading crude oil. I don't trade crude oil. It's working on natural gas as well if you trade natural gas. So I definitely challenge each and every one of you, no matter what pair you trade, to test it out, because every student of mine that has mastered this strategy has been able to make profits no matter what they trade. But let's hop into
Every student?
Stop the cap.
Think about that. Have you heard of every single student using this strategy? And if they're using it and it's free and it's giving out, why become a student anyways? To me, this is a possible. We're gonna get into the rest of the video. This is like red flags already shooting off. Like, this should be red flags in your head. If someone's claiming to be making so much money on this, why not just do it live? You're trading on the 1 minute. Literally, this is the 1 minute. So you're not talking about a lot of trades. I'm saying a lot of time. This is not like 100. This is a 31-minute video. He could have easily just done this. He could have easily done what, like 2 trades live.
this first example. As you see, we are below the moving average here. This white line is my moving average. We see we have market structure below it. All market structure means, as I explained to you guys, is we're not looking for price to break below our moving average, give us that pullback, and then we take that entry on the pullback. This pullback, first pullback under the moving average, is giving us our market structure. That's our market structure showing us that we're making price action under the moving average. So once we have that first pullback or consolidation under the moving average, we can then wait for price to go down more, give us a pullback, and we can enter in that pullback. Same thing vice versa if we're looking for buys. We don't enter on the first pullback when it breaks above the moving average. We're waiting for a pullback, price action above the moving average, then another pullback, and on this pullback to the upside, we can actually enter the trade. As you see, we've had multiple pullbacks under this moving average. This is our first one up here. We had another one right here, another one right here, another one up here. We've had multiple pullbacks under this moving average. So now we're just waiting for our entry. Once we have our entry, we had at least 2 clean candlesticks. Remember, we're under the moving average, so we're only looking for sell opportunities. We had at least 2 clean candlesticks. As you see, no wick, no wick, no wick, no wick, no wick, no wick, no wick. We've had more than 2. The key is to have at least 2. We've had more than 2, obviously, which is better. And then we had our doji candlestick. We see our doji has long wick on the top, long wick on the bottom. And as you see, this candlestick is bigger than this candlestick, is bigger than this candlestick, bigger than this candlestick. So this is considered a high volume doji candlestick. We enter as soon as this candlestick closes. When we're drawing out our trade here using our long or short position, if you don't know how to get it on your chart, on the left panel over here, you'll press this arrow.
So basically, if you just explain, listen to what he's saying, these candles fulfilled his, requirement to enter in the doji. So we're talking about maybe him waiting 5-10 minutes. This can be all done live. Like, we're not talking about an extreme amount of time. That's the one thing that I'm waiting for. So when we look at the back test, looking at the stuff that he said was proven, we'll see. Because so far I didn't check out the entire video. I actually want to be surprised when watching these things a little bit. Some of it, that's why I skipped the first 12 minutes, just to give you guys, it's just him explaining the strategy.
Long position is if we're looking to plan out our buys. Short position is if we're looking to plan out our shorts. So in this instance, we press short position. We put our entry right at the bottom of that wick. Keep in mind, we're not waiting till price goes to the bottom of this wick, because if you weren't aware, on Heikin-Ashi candlesticks, this candlestick probably closed somewhere up here. It did not close all the way at this wick, but we're entering as soon as price closed. So technically, and this is what happens most of the time, and that's why I explained to you guys that you actually get a much better risk to reward ratio than you originally thought you were going to get, which means that you're risking less than you thought and you're actually making more than you thought. Because let's say when price closed, price was actually up here. We would plan for price to be right here. We drag this until this is at a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. Our stop loss is above the doji candlestick that we entered because we're in sales. It'd be under the doji candlestick that we entered if we're in buys. But since we're in sales, it's above it. We're going for a 1-to-1, and we're waiting for price to hit our target. As you see, this is a 1-to-1. But in reality, this candlestick probably ended up closing where price was up here. So technically our risk to reward ratio was actually a 1.59 to 1 risk to reward ratio. But we are going for the worst case scenario. And that's why I say it's going to be at least a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. But 95% of the time, you're getting much more than a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio, which adds up over time. So this is a perfect example of it. As you see, we entered. Our TP got hit right here. We made 66 ticks, which on NQ, that's going to bring you to around $300 of profit within a short amount of time. And that's with one contract. If you use 10 contracts.
So it makes about, what's it, 1.59, and these are 1 minute candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 15, about 20 minutes. You're talking about 20 minutes of time for an easy setup that he claims. So in this video, he could have easily showed this trade live.
You would have made $3,000. If you use 5 contracts, you would have made $1,500. If you're on a funded account and were able to use bigger contract sizes, you could have made a lot more money. That's a perfect example. We have a couple trades that were taken on this day. And this is why I was explaining to you guys that it doesn't matter if you miss one trade, because there are going to be many more opportunities during the day where you can make your money back. Now,
I mean, if you're talking about the 1 minute, there are probably so many opportunities based off this trading strategy. And you have to really think about it. If this is a high win versus reward strategy, like this would be absolutely amazing across the board. So I will be creating this as an expert advisor to see if this works. I'm going to back test it and forward test it, show you guys in an updated video, because this is interesting to me. Usually when he makes these type of claims, I'm always like, okay, shows live P&L, you know, real things that a trader needs to actually be seen. But so far he's doing more of the same.
Now this one is a little bit later on inside the day. I like to take these trades between 8 a.m. Central Standard Time all the way up to 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. But my hot window is really from 9 a.m. all the way to 11 a.m. That's my hot window when I feel like the markets are the cleanest and they have the most volume. But I will take any trade, and we'll go through some trades here. The window that I back tested this entire month of March with trading and actual live trades that we've also taken inside my inner circle, they were taken between the hours of 8 a.m. Central Standard Time and 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. There were no trades taken after that. But if you guys do trade outside those sessions, it still does work. You just have to be willing to be trading with longer or less volume, which will take a little bit longer for your trades to hit. But here's another perfect example.
A little bit longer. I mean, you're talking about like 20 minutes of time, 30 minutes of time. This is not, I mean, this is really short-term trading.
We're still below this moving average. We had 3 clean candlestick pullback to the upside. And then we got our doji. Now keep in mind, I mentioned to you guys, I'd rather the doji be red if looking for sells, or whatever color your bearish candlesticks are. I'd rather it be that color, but I'm not afraid of a white candlestick or green candlestick, no matter what yours is, a bullish candlestick, as long as when price closes, it closes below the body of the Heikin-Ashi. This candlestick did close below the body of the Heikin-Ashi, so I would still take this. This is a nice high volume doji candlestick. As you see, it's bigger than the 3 candlesticks before it. That's what I like to see. Entered into the trade and TP got hit. This one took a little bit longer, but TP ultimately did.
Now we're talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 25 minutes. Like, that's another thing. Like, when you're trading off of 25 minutes. So we're basically scalping off the 1 minute. And I mean, typically something I stay away from. But has the 1 minute actually benefited you guys trading this? Has anyone actually used the strategy? If so, let comment below, because it'd be something very interesting to see a P&L of this type of stuff. We got wallets, wealth, and wisdom. This is a super scalping strategy that he has only given to students until now. It is one of his students. I'd be pissed that he's giving it out for free if it works. If it does work or not, I'm going to be double checking it and, making a EA out of this to prove exactly what it has. I have the video downloaded, so if anything happens, we'll see. But I just want to make sure, because to me, when people are saying like, I made X amount, well, we're not seeing any real results from it so far in the video. And we're just kind of like cherry picking, in my opinion, because come on, if he's going to show it, guys, just show it live. You know what I mean?
Get hit. We have another trade that was taken a little bit earlier inside the morning. We got our clean candlestick pullbacks, we got our doji, and price dropped down. Now this is a good example. Price doesn't always give equal size wicks on the doji candlestick. What I don't want to see is a candlestick that looks like this, where it's a huge wick and a super small wick on the top. I prefer all of our dojis to look like this, but there will be exceptions where we do have a doji candlestick that looks like this, that's high volume. but both wicks on the top and the bottom are not completely equal. As you see, this trade ended up hitting. Let's go through some more examples so you guys.
He considers that a doji candle? I gotta see it without the Higanashis, but so far it doesn't look like a doji.
Really understand this. So here are some more.
We got Team FC. I like to see him do it this live because I'd want to see where he enters, because the Hikanashi you're getting is not a good entry. Yeah, exactly what I'm talking about. Like, we have a lot of claims to him, you know, saying that he made almost $12,000 with this same trading strategy. We don't know how many times he took trades. We don't know what his lot size was. This could have been one trade. Think about it. He took a trade on the 1 minute, gambled pretty high, hypothetically, and then made a whole bunch of money off of one trade. We don't really know until we see like a P&L or like live trading. Because I mean, this can be easily live traded. How do we know? It's only like 20 minutes or 15 minutes. Like he said, this trade right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, actually right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a 9-minute video, literally 9 minutes in and out, showed a live example. Like, it would be his first time pretty much of him actually proving off if a strategy works.
For examples from a couple of days before this. So
Team FC has a couple comments. Has literally missing the big moves and catching trades on the consolidation. Yeah, he is missing a bunch of big moves. Like, and even in my own trading rules, don't cap your upside. This trading strategy, not saying it doesn't work or not, I haven't tested it out myself. I will be creating an expert advisor for it, but it caps his upside. Like, you're taking this 1 to 1.59 or 1 to whatever, very low, and then missing all this right here. But we'll see. Maybe it works out.
We're still below the moving average here. We created market structure. As you see, we're below. We made a high right here. Now we were just waiting for a clean pullback to the upside. We got our clean pullback with at least 2 clean candlesticks to the upside. We got our doji candlestick right here entered, and TP was hit with.
That's a doji? There's like, okay, I can see this is a doji right here. I agree with that, but that's not a doji. Maybe on Higanashis it looks like a doji, but this is not a doji candle. Like, this is a clear definition, is not a doji.
Within 4 minutes. Again, you see we have another entry here. Now, this is an interesting example. A lot of people will come and ask me, okay, what happens if price touches the moving average and then gives us that doji? I'm perfectly fine taking those. A lot of my students actually consider those their A+ setups because they've noticed that the win rate has been higher. As long as price doesn't go above and close outside of our moving average or makes market structure above or below our moving average, I will still take the trade. So as you see, this bounced right off of it. We got a beautiful.
And if you're making so much money from this, and it's so easy because you're making literally, this is only like 10 to 15 minutes of time. Why sell a mentorship and you're giving it out for free? There's so many red flags in here happening. That's why I'm like,
Surprise, motherfucker.
Stop the cap.
we'll get to the comments in a second.
High volume doji candlestick right here, entering into the trade, and this trade hit within 6 minutes, which is a super nice trade.
6 minutes. So we got a 6 minute, we got a 9 minute. We're talking about like what, 15, 20 minutes. This can be live streamed. This actually needs to be live streamed to actually all these claims. He claims to make about $12,000, and like, come on now, like this can be done live stream.
Now let me show you guys some examples from the day before. So we had another trade right here that I did during the backtesting. Same thing, price bounce.
Look, a trade that I did to, oh my gosh.
Stop the cap.
Think about it. A trade I did during the backtesting. You already know the setup. You can see it happen. That's what I'm talking about. When I hear people like saying like, I backtest this strategy, it works. You literally can see what's happening. You can pick and choose winners and losers before it happens. So when he's like, oh, here, I picked this one right here. Well, you already see the setup already happening. You already know if it's going to profit or not.
Off the moving average, gave us a high volume doji to the downside. This trade hit within 1 minute, or sorry, within 2 minutes. We can go to the day before. This is a super choppy day. As you see,
trade hit within 2 minutes. Let's see. Let's run that back a little bit.
This was just going up, down, up, down, up. Gave us a high volume doji to the down.
So this can be live streamed.
Downside, this trade hit within 1 minute, or sorry, within 2 minutes. We can go to the day before. This is a super choppy day. As you see, price is just going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. This is why the strategy is amazing, because as you see, we're still able to profit on this trading day. So we lost on this first trade right here. As you see, we had this doji candlestick. We had our market structure.
All right, cool. So he has a loss, or it's not a loss, because you think about it, he picked it. Like, this right here is that he picked this trade, and we can't tell if it's a loss or not. It's just him saying that it's. We got wealth. Okay, we got wallets, wealth, and wisdom. Check out Jooviers Trades channel. His regular strategy isn't working right now, so he can't even catch a big move.
Structure.
Ooh.
We had the clean pullbacks. We had a high volume doji, but the second doji worked this out, and then it went straight to full TP, which is going to happen. This trade is not 100% win rate. If anybody tells you any of their strategies are 100% win rate, they're lying to your face, and you should run away very, very fast. But we then had this trade right here, which was able to make us our money back. So we had our clean pullback. We created our market structure above it. We had price break above it. Price came down above our moving average, came up again. We had our clean pullback, 2 clean candlesticks on the top because we're looking for buys here because we're above the moving average. We then had our doji candlestick right here.
That's a doji? This red one right here. Okay, he considers that's a doji. Okay, it's usually, in my opinion, like when I'm looking at the definition of a doji, I'm talking a thinner body. Really, but this is the 1 minute, so typically everything's gonna be around that area anyways. Like, this is a better example of a doji right here, or these. Like, these are better examples of dojis. This is not, to me, a doji right here.
High volume, good size. Then we entered into the trade, went for our 1-to-1, and made the money back that we lost in the original trade. And this was a super, super choppy day. So, and this strategy still gave us a great setup that played out very nicely that we could have ended up holding even longer. We can go to the day before here. We ended up having a loser trade in the beginning where price gave us our pullback here to the downside. We got our doji, and we ended up losing basically kind of as soon as we entered into this trade. So it looks like price actually closed right here on this candlestick, so we wouldn't have risked nearly as much as we thought, which is another reason why I love this strategy, because most of the time you're actually losing less than you thought. But then later on inside the day, we ended up making our money back a few times. So we won on this trade right here. A little bit later on, we had our clean pullback to the downside. High cannot 2 clean candlesticks pullback. We had our doji. We had our win.
Does he consider every single candle like that a doji? Like, this is something that, like, for people who go through his mentorship or like go through his stuff, like, does he consider every candle a doji? Because some of them are not dojis at all.
Right here, hit TP in 2 minutes. Another trade right here, clean pullback, doji.
That's a doji? This, I mean, I would say we're talking about like maybe a larger body. I do not like these larger body ones. These are like, but once again, this is the 1 minute. So this literally has to be done live, because because you only got a few seconds of time for a trade to, complete, because we're talking about a 1 minute candle. Like, the burden of evidence is building on him more and more. Like, I understand that this trade strategy works. Just say it does. It has to be seen live, because there's multiple examples where, like, hey, you see that, hey, we're taking a buy right here. Oh, actually, we need a retracement. So we need, where's it? 1, 2. This buy right here, at least number 2. It's kind of interesting. All right, we got some comments from Prince. Why is he saying candlesticks when there clearly looks like a Heikin-Ashi chart, which is entirely different and calculated? Thank you. That to me is what makes it very complex, and why I think he's picking and choosing the winners, because the Heikin-Ashi makes candles not the same as it is when it comes to like a bar chart or candlesticks, and there are differences into it. That's why when you look at it, it looks a lot cleaner here, but they're not the exact same price. It looks cleaner on this, but remember, guys, it's not the same thing.
RTP in a little bit longer. This was 10 minutes, but this is later on inside the day. This is at 1:48 in the afternoon, and that's why I don't really like trading it a little bit later on. Not that I don't like it, but I prefer earlier inside of the day, because our trades just hit a lot faster. We don't have to stress about it. Now, I've went through every single one of these trades. This is all through March. As I mentioned to you guys, I back tested the entirety of March.
He back tested the entirety of March with already seeing the price structure and stuff. That is already, oh my God.
Stop the cap.
Hey, shut up.
This is the stuff that makes me like irritated, because I'm like, okay, backtesting, when you backtest, you don't want to see the current price popping up. You want to have a unbiased. So for example, if you're going to backtest, scroll to a random month that you don't know what the price direction is, because typically you'd be biased toward it, especially if you're doing it manually. This is why I get into EAs and expert advisors, because I do things without emotion, without biasness, to see if a strategy works or not, which I'm going to be doing to Jooviers Gems' this current video. So this video here, I'm gonna program exactly what he's talking about and create a whole video on it to see if it actually works. To see for the month of March, would he make money or not? Because to me, and since he's not gonna live trade it, and you know, live trading is such a taboo in this world of traders and showing a P&L, we're gonna actually have to do it for him to help the audience out to see if his strategy works or not.
We're going to go over the results in a second to see exactly how much you would have made, the win percentage, how many
Wallets, Wealth, and Wisdom. Jooviers Trades is his second channel where he goes over his trades. Of course, nothing is live, but there is a lot of losses. I mean, based on his trades, and I mean, how does he base it? I need his definition of what a doji is, because some fit the definition of a doji and others don't. So we got some very big contradictions happening on his part that needs to be revealed live to see how the Heikin-Ashi candle looks while it's running live, because it's not the same thing when it's running in the past and it's already complete. We got another question from Team FC. How can he backtest Heikin-Ashis though, because the trading view can't backtest Heikin-Ashis? I don't know. That's a very good question. To me, I think he just went to a random month on this pair and just picked winners and losers and made and curated a video that suited his trading strategy so people can click the link below.
Ticks you would have gotten, what's the minimum amount of money that you would have made if you just used one contract trading NQ. This does not include if you traded London session or Tokyo session, because you would have actually ended up making more money. But
he says you would ended up making more money. Think about that. Like, these are some wild claims, especially for his almost $12,000 backtested. I'm like, you're picking winners and losers, and especially the Heikin-Ashis don't look the same while they're running live. Test it out, guys. Go on Heikin-Ashis, run it live, and try to do the exact same type of strategy. It is easier when you can see the direction and pick the winners and losers prior to taking the trade than it is to do it live.
as you see, all these days, every single one of these days, we have trades in here. This was a no trade day. We had 5 trades on this day. We had 3 trades on this day, a win, another win, and a loss right here. I backtested the entire month of March. So let's hop into those results. All right, so here we are. This is the one.
All right, cool. This is the 1 minute scalping strategy, March 3rd, 2025, March 27th, 2025. Trading from 7 a.m. CST to 2 p.m. CST. Trading contract on NQ, account size $1,500. Cool. We got our starting amounts. I'm going to be programming this and putting it in to see if it works or not. He says day 1, lost $133, 133 ticks to 665, win 114. Wow. This is an amazing, hey, isn't this an amazing P&L? This is like the best P&L in the world, right? This is where we can see everything that we need, right?
We are gonna be rich.
Let's see. We got some more comments coming in. That's so true, FC. I didn't even think of that. Doji is a candlestick pattern, not a Heikin-Ashi, because they appear too common on Heikin-Ashi charts. Yes, Dojis, like, there's an even doji where the open and close are exactly the same. You have your higher and your low, and then there's like small body ones you can kind of see with like a candlestick or with a bar chart. But typically they're very interesting. Like, they're very small, price indecision, you know, very balanced. But for him, when I saw in the Heikin-Ashis, there's very large bodies, and I'm like, that can't be a doji, unless his definition of a doji is different than ours in the whole world. Then that would make sense. But it seems like that and that's why trading live would help this whole situation out, instead of him picking winners and losers, and we don't know how he's defining his stuff.
1 minute scalping strategy, backtested results. Keep in mind, I started it on March 3rd, 2025, and I ended it on March 27th, 2025. I only took trades between the hours of 7 a.m. Central Standard Time and 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. So keep that in mind, because any trades that happen outside of that, those are not counted in here. Also, I only use one contract on NQ. So all the numbers that you see here, the profits, the loss, everything is all based off you just using one contract on NQ. Okay. Obviously, you can use multiple contracts and have made more money, but all these numbers that I show you are based off using just one contract on NQ. To open up a position size of one contract on NQ, you need $1,000 in your account. This is just based off of using $1,500 inside of your account, just to give yourself a little bit of a buffer, just in case the first trade was a losing trade and you went under that $1,000 threshold. So all the profits that I show you can be made with a $1,500 account account size. So day one here, which is March 3rd, we took 3 trades. As you see, 2 winning trades, 1 losing trade. The total profit at the end of day one is $715. We took 3 trades on day 2, which is March 4th.
Look at this. This is gonna be crazy. I cannot wait to start programming this because this is some easy parameters. Like, and then I want to see if it actually goes through because I have a definition of what a doji is. Like, I have a calculated definition that I use for a lot of my trading robots. I want to see if this can actually work.
4th, total net profit is $2,285. Day 3, total profit is $2,400. Day 4, $1,020. Day 5, $1,090. Keep in mind, March 8th and 9th, that's the weekend. So obviously we cannot take trades during the weekend. So obviously there's no trades for that. We skipped here to March 10th where we took a lot of trades on this day, but we
got some other things coming up for you guys. We got Team FC, Wallets with Wealth and Wisdom. That's why it doesn't make sense to me. He says back tested because TradingView says it's not available for the charts type. And then we got Savvy Taco. That's a cool name, man. Savvy Taco. Oh, and also, guys, thank you for making the stream.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to new people.
Welcome.
The tick math adds up, but wouldn't be liquidated if you need 1K open, and he went below the margin threshold. Interesting.
end of the day, net positive $2,070. We had no trades on March 7th. There just weren't any opportunities, so we didn't take any trades. Day 8, we actually had a losing day of $1,270. Day 9, a small winning day of $50. Day 10, we had a small losing day of $405. Again, we had a weekend right here. Day 11, a small losing day of $70. Day 12, we had a winning day of $315.
This is such a weird P&L. Like, if you start to really like think about this, like P&L, a log of his trades, we don't even know what time he entered in the trades. We can't see any of it. It just says, hey guys, I took this trade during this day 13 to March 19th. I took these 2 winning trades. Like, if you start to really think about it, if you go back to the time frame, let's go back to the very beginning of the time frame. He's trading on the 1 minute, right? The 1 minute from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. How is he only having just 3 trades during that time frame? Like, day 1 to day, so day 1, March 3rd. There's only that many setups, 3 setups on the 1 minute from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's another red flag. Like, there's a lot of things popping up. Like, March 4th, only 3 trades, and there's too much to be actually said about this to be interesting. That's to me. This is why this will need to be done live.
Small losing day of $70.
We got Savvy Taco again. His risk management is trash. How did he lose $665 and $1,500? I guess since he started winning, it doesn't matter. But for the first trade, just SMH.
Day 12, we had a winning day of $315. Day 13, total profit of $975. Total loss of $685 on day 14. Total net for day 15, $0. There were no opportunities, so we did not force anything. We ended with a small $200 win on day 16, a $1,080 win on day 17, a $240 profit at the end of day 18, a $385 profit on the day of on the end of day 19, which was the last day, that is March 27th. Now, summarizing it all up, total net profits is $11,870. Just trading 1 contract on NQ with a $1,000 account size, you could have 10x the amount of money in your account. We had a
10x your money inside of account. Come on, man. Like, where's Trader Nick at? Trader Nick, please, bro, hit this guy up, because this to me makes no sense when I hear this. Oh,
there is absolutely no reason under the sun to pay for somebody's service, mentorship group, signal service, chat rooms, access, whatever, if they themselves can't prove that they actually make money trading.
Look, we had some comments coming in from Fafalis. Hey everyone, thank you for making it.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, guys. Let's see. Turning in late. Yeah, it's kind of late, I know. Why doesn't he just trade? Why doesn't he show this from his broker? That is a very good comment. Like,
do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
because if he showed it from his broker, it would have been a whole lot easier, and I would say better for him. But
Surprise, motherfucker.
There's a reason why it's not done live and it's done in this manner, because I think it curates better for him. It makes him look better to make him basically trade. And also during that time frame, since the time frame is so long, why is it that there's only 3 trades? We're talking about like 6 to 7 hours, or 5 hours, 6 hours on the 1 minute. There's possibly a ton of setups that have happened, and this so-called doji candle should have been, I think, hit a lot more often. But you know what, maybe we're asking too much for him to trade live, so I'm going to create it for him and to see if this works. If it does work, sure, I'll show off the live data and I'll show off the back test data, showing you guys if this strategy really works for the month of March, to see if his so-called definition worked. Because is it either him cherry picking or him just, you know, actually legit trading? We got to actually dive deep in this one.
A total amount of wins.
You know, Team FC, that is a big facts right there. It's more work to type on Word document than it is to show off the broker statements. Guess what, man? This is just from Team FC.
That was light work. Whose ass am I gonna beat next? Because they not ready for these hands.
Big comments, man. Because it took longer just to make this than it was just to take the trade, you know? So, give you applause, bro. All right, Futures Brazil. He mentioned at the beginning that he doesn't trade natural gas when he does talking about his students. Well, if you go back to his old videos, he only traded natural gas allegedly. Well, I've checked out almost the entire essence of his channel, like almost every single video, especially when I make exposing videos on these guys. And when I start checking out his strategies, he has a ton of strategies, but very little, you know, proof in them. So that's what makes it very hard. So I have to actually create the strategy, prove it to see if it actually works or not. Because to me, it's more of the same type of, you know.
Stop the cap.
All right, let's get into a little bit more, a few more minutes.
Wins of 29 wins, total amount of losses of 12 losses, ending off with a 70.73% win rate, which is absolutely amazing. Any strategy that has that high of a win rate, especially considering the fact that I mentioned that this is all worst case scenario. Most of the time we actually made more money, slightly more money, and lost.
Slightly make more money? This has to be done live, guys. Like this is so many red flags happening. This is just too much. You know what? And also, guys, thank you guys for making it to this part of the video. I know we've been running for about 37 minutes, but thank you guys for making it. And also,
I don't think so. No, 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 no.
Subscribe now.
No, 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 no. It's never, ever, 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 ever gonna happen.
and that's why I put him, Jooviers Gems, in the front of the train of so-called furu gurus out there.
Slightly less money just due to the way that the strategy is set up, but total net amount of ticks is 2,374 ticks. Now, this is all from using one contract on NQ, one account. This is a great amount of money to make in 1 month just with scalping throughout the day, but this can be scaled using multiple contracts, using a bigger account size.
This can be scaled. Before scaling, I want to see if it even works. I want to see it live. Like, if the average trade took him 10 to 15 minutes, so let's say he took 20, so he took 41 trades. So 41 trades times, let's say 15 minutes is average. So we're talking about divided by 60, 10 hours. So it took about 10 hours in an entire month to flip an account more than 10x. He could have easily live streamed some of these trades just to prove that it actually works instead of back testing and possibly, you know, cherry picking his entries and exits.
Using a funded account, the opportunity is completely endless. And that's why I love this strategy and why it works so well, because it has a very high win rate. You have a lot of chances during the day, so you don't get that FOMO. And you get...
Think about it. He said a lot of chances throughout the day, but the most we've seen is like 3 trades. So how many setups is he intentionally missing? And that's another thing. If he's missing setups intentionally, or they're all randomized, you know, or cherry picked, then his strategy possibly doesn't work at all. Probably he's missing a whole bunch of trades that he's like, oh, that wouldn't work, that wouldn't work, that wouldn't work because of such and such. But this one works. This one lost. This one worked. Like, to me, it seems like a lot of cherry picking and being biased in his back testing.
In and out of trades very fast, making your profit for the day, and you can walk away happy. Now, my students have been using this strategy for a while now. They've been able to have some crazy results.
Think about it. His students have been using this, and he gave it out for free? Think about that. His students are paying what, $4,000? I'm saying it's $4,000 to become a member of his mentorship. His students paid $4K and he's giving it out for free. How pissed would you be? Like,
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
this is kind of, you know. If you're spending $4,000 to be part of his mentorship and he's giving it away for free, what?
Results using strictly this strategy. Now I have a bunch of other extremely profitable and super successful strategies.
Why do you need any other strategy? You can 11x your account. I'm sorry, 10x your account in a month or less than a month. 10x your account in a month. Why do you need anything else?
If you want access to those, you can hit the link inside the description down below.
Oh, we got click the link, man. Click the link. Let's check out let's check out Dapo on this one.
Click the link below. Hurry up now. Click the link below, please. Why aren't you clicking the link? Click the link below now.
We got actually a very good comment from Wallets, Wealth, and Wisdom. I like this one, man. Good point. We're going to have to give you a hand clap on this one. Let's see. I started watching Patrick Weirland recently, and he confirmed he made $1 million in affiliate commissions last month, which is way high. Than he made trading live. Jooviers doesn't trade. Give him a hand clap, guys. Woo. If he traded live and showed off the examples, this would make sense. But so far, man, like, we got Unreal yesterday at 9:13 a.m. Another green day today, passing a few evals for the first time. So these are evaluations and not payouts.
Below, you can get access not only to this strategy, but multiple other hugely profitable strategies that will completely change your game, where you don't have to second guess if this strategy works, if it's working for other people, if it'll work for you, because these are proven strategies that I use every day to print money in the markets that students of mine, I'm talking about complete beginners, people who have just started trading 3 weeks ago, are now bringing in $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 weeks.
Dang, he's claiming that these students are brand new traders making $3,000, thousands of dollars per week. Now, I'm not going to say stop the cap. Maybe it's all true, you know, maybe, but why be a student if you're giving it away for free? Wouldn't that piss you off too? Paying $4,000 plus dollars. Like, to me, it seems like the money hustle. But you know what? When I test this out, guys, I'm going to test it out for a month. So I'm going to revisit this, put this on my to-do list, and create this strategy, because I can program this strategy in a few minutes. It's very simple, very easy. I'm going to create this and see how it actually works, because so far, guys, to me, this is crazy. Beginners making easy money. Like, when people say like the markets are easy, this is simple. Typically, they got something to sell, and it's...
Oh yes, the victim. At what point does personal responsibility become a factor in this equation?
Remember, guys, if this guy's claiming a whole bunch of things and not even showing it live at all, that is a red flag. You gotta say,
stop the cap.
Or
Clean. I'll never lie again. Honest, I won't.
Every single week using just the strategies that I've given them. Like I said, if that interests you and you want to be able to start making money consistently, no matter what the strategy is, hit the link inside the description down below and you can get
making money consistently despite the strategy. What?
Get access to step-by-step guides of every single strategy that I use to make over $1 million a year with trading. Now,
he makes $1 million a year with trading every year. Wow. Woo. I mean, I think him and Dapo should get together, man. These guys are the best traders out there.
As you guys can see, this strategy absolutely kills it. Now, I highly suggest you guys take this strategy, take the checklist, and go backtest it. Backtest March. Don't take my word for it with this strategy. Go backtest March, February.
We're going to backtest. Oh, actually, I'm going to backtest and actually prove this works. This is crazy. We got Juju Roja. I don't understand how people can be so gullible. The claims are outrageous. Like, we get so many claims that it's like, bro, come on now. You're selling a very expensive mentorship, but like, here, let's let Courage the Cowardly Dog explain this.
It was real quick. I did it, and so can you. All you have to do to learn the secret of my success is send me money.
You guys are gonna be rich, guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Big deal.
That's right. It's as simple as that. Get out your checkbook, credit card, and wallet and send them to me.
I don't know who you are or what you want, but let me give you my credit card number.
And once again, guys, if you try to sign up for his program, they make you pay by credit card or wire transfer, and there's no refunds. How do I know? I got on their call just to verify this stuff, and it's $4,000 just to get into the mentorship. Why? Because I think that the onus is on them to show evidence, but the other part is they need to make that high amount of money for what they're so-called selling and not showing enough evidence for the trading. Not showing evidence is absolutely, to me, it's embarrassing. And this is crazy because you're going to be out of all money trading. We got some other stuff coming in. We got Tyler is a puppet 6. So I use the strategy. It works, but the win rate isn't 70%. It's around 40%, and that's fine because it normally is run for 1 to 3. Plus, he stole his strategy from someone and trying to use it as his own. That is crazy. I can't back up that claim if he stole it or not, but I would say this, guys. If Jooviers Gems makes a claim, that's why I have a Jooviers Gems clip, just because of him. He says some outrageous things that are like, bro.
Stop the cap.
If it was true, show it live, show a P&L, show broker statements. Don't show us a word template that you created that possibly can be biased and it could be removing trades. We don't know. Just how it is, guys. But let's finish the video. We got a few more seconds in. We got wallets, wealth, and wisdom. I was that gullible guy, but realized real quick he was a fake. He was fake. I was giving him props for introducing me into trading, though. We got Savvy Taco, man. That's a badass name, bro. Here, we're gonna give you a little. Where's it at? Where's that at? Oh my gosh. Headshot. No. I can't find it on the deck, but I'll find it. The market is hard enough to figure out. I never understand how these gurus have so many strategies they can. I mean, this guy makes $1 million a year, and it's so easy, apparently, because if it's so simple that he's doing it on the 1 minute, to me, this screams red flags and needs actual attention. Like, other YouTubers should be bringing this up that are actually big influencers. Be like, listen, bro, you're making this much money from these easy trading strategies. Why don't you just show us live? Show us you doing it step by step and showing us what is a doji. Because the doji is going to be hard to prove on Hikinashi candles. Especially for you who know how to trade with Hikinashis. I refuse to trade with him. It's to me, it's unnecessary. But for him, he says it works. Why not?
February, January, backtest the next 6 months and you'll see how powerful and insane.
Backtest the next 6 months. Well, I can do that easily. We're going to test this out, guys.
This one strategy could literally change your life. Now, if you don't know how to backtest, I made this video right here, which breaks down how to backtest correctly. A lot of people don't backtest correctly, which means they're not getting all the value that they should be and seeing any progress with their backtesting. So that's why I made this video right here so you can backtest.
All right, guys, I'm going to check out this video for backtesting. Now, that was the clip that was actually told. I remember, I follow a ton of YouTube channels. Like, when I mean a ton of YouTube channels, literally, I have an entire list that you guys gave me to go through. And I watch their channels, go through it, to take notes, try to study their stuff, and try to see if they're legit or they're fake guru, in my opinion. Also, I'm making this music video that I spent all morning. When I mean all morning, I spent the entire morning editing the last clip with the last influencer that's in the video. It takes forever to knock this out, but I'm trying to get out some good stuff for you guys. But when it comes to Jooviers Gems, I'm going to create this in the next month to backtest, forward test, to prove if it works or not, and give you guys some realization to see if Jooviers Gems, is he real? Is it cap?
Stop the cap.
Because typically he makes it too easy.
That was light work. Whose ass am I going to beat next? Because they not ready for these hands.
Well, that's it, guys. I'm going to hang around for a little bit. I got to start creating the last 3 more videos I got to post on the channel. If you have anyone who want me to expose, anyone to add, let me know. I've finished the whole Jooviers Gems clip. If you guys want me to update you guys some stuff, I'm supposed to be doing the PB investing video. The other one will be Pip and Dip and the Honey Gems. I'm sorry, Honey Drip video I'm working on. Also, Doppel clip number 3 is almost done. And what else? I'm working on the music video I'm trying to get out this week. I gotta fix the audio. It's not perfect enough. It's not clean enough. The rap battle part, when they go back and forth, has to be done. It has to be synchronous. It has to be so perfect. And this is where the perfectionist comes in. But I think you guys will highly enjoy it. One person might be extremely pissed when he sees that he's in the video, and the other guy doesn't know he's in the video. But I talked to him on Discord and DM'd him. He's gonna be very surprised he's in it, but he's gonna he looks pretty cool. Yeah. Once again, guys, subscribe to the channel. Almost at 8,000 subscribers. I will make this into a video clip. You know, we're at 50 minutes. You guys have been hanging out with me for a bunch of time. Thank you so much. And also,
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for hanging out with me. If you guys need me to add anyone to the list, let me know. I will be in the Discord. We can talk there, or in the Telegram. And I'm going to start programming this right now and also getting the other videos ready. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. I actually forgot.
Goodbye, everyone. I'll remember you all in therapy.
Peace. Oh, man.